Yes. Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Huh? Pardon?
Yes, I can hear you. I can hear you.
Okay.
So, okay, so that is what the continuous delivery and continuous deployment. Now,
Okay, yeah, I understand the
let's
concept
see,
now.
the structure on the scripted on.
Mhm.
Either you can follow any of one of these, okay, but it's better to follow the declarative one. So I'll show you the basic one. Instead of writing that, I will directly give that. So majorly, there are we have major things like in Jenkins file, we will have parameter section. Okay, we have environmental section, and then we have tools, we have stages, we have post section. So these are 5 sections are very important. Okay, just these 5 are enough. Okay, and in parameter section you will have like a string, boolean params, and then you will have choice, you will have map, anything else, dry run, and see we have a few. I just forgot all these things. I'll give you a list also. Okay, no problem. And in environment variables you will have like predefined and user defined. So these things you will have. Okay, in tool section you can mention, for example, if you are using a Maven tool, then just you can mention, or if you are using Gradle, then you can mention that thing. And okay, but before mentioning this Maven and all these things, you just try to set up environment variable for this Maven in your slave node or in your master node, where you are going to build your artifact. There you
Oh,
have, yeah,
okay.
there
So
you
it
have,
will not okay directly.
okay. So there you have to give the environment variable that should be given here. That name should be given here. Like how you can give,
Okay, I understand.
you can understand,
MVN
right?
or Amazon.
MVN,
Yes.
yes, M2
Yeah.
underscore home, like that you can give. Okay. But we will come to all these things, no problem.
Mhm.
But in stages section,
Stage
just,
and then
yeah,
steps and then
we'll
step.
see. I think it's, yeah, see, this is scripted one.
Yeah.
So I think you have searched in Google. You can see this node. This node indicates. Do you know what this node indicates?
Yeah, I think that's the agent. So it can
Is
be
suppose I want to execute this pipeline in 2 nodes. Then what you will do?
okay. So then that's when you specifically you mention
Yeah.
the name of the
See,
nodes.
yes, here you can mention that. For example, let me copy this one.
So check out SCM is like what is when you pull, you
Hmm.
fetch the data from. Okay.
See, I want to execute this pipeline uh, in single node, for example. Then what I'll do,
Yeah.
I'll mention the label name here. For example, your label name is slave one. Okay. then just you can give like this. But if you want
So
to
if you've got more than one, it's like a list.
if you want to execute more than one node, then what you will do? Just tell me your answer.
I would say, you know, after one, just
You will
comma
give
and then
comma, and
yeah,
you
like a
will
list,
give.
yeah.
Will it work?
Yeah.
Will it work?
Oh, in this case, just add square brackets.
Square brackets for this one,
Yeah, inside, and then yeah, inside.
like
Yeah,
this.
that's what
Will
I
it
would say, but
will
I'm
it
not sure.
will it work?
I don't. Oh no, it's maybe you need to add S. I don't know. Really don't know.
Give it like this. Okay.
Oh. Okay.
Or else you can. There are different ways you can give. Let me check that also. Okay.
Yeah, and then for stages, because now you know it's only stage. There's no stages.
Yeah,
Usually
you won't
stages and then
find any
stage.
stages. Yeah, you won't find any stages here, because this is like that's why we can say it is flexible one. Okay, its structure is not fixed one. You can just directly you can
So
write.
this one is the declarative one.
Not declarative one. This is like a scripted one. Scripted. Okay.
Oh, okay. This is why we have.
Okay, this is scripted one. This is flexible. Here you will use
Yes.
a strict groovy language you will use. Okay. So
And and what was the difference between that one? I mean, in terms of syntax, between this one and the declarative, because this one is node, and then the other one is agent, no? Pipeline
yes,
agent. I don't remember.
you want the differences between both the pipelines, right?
No. I mean, if that one right now, like just the first part, if it was declarative, what would you? I think there was agent or something like that. I don't remember exactly.
Yeah. I'll come to that point. Okay.
But yeah, fine, no
Okay.
problem. Fine, yeah,
Yeah.
fine.
See, here our problem is like how you can use multiple agent in pipeline. That's our problem. But in declarative pipeline, we can easily do that, multiple
Okay.
agents. But here how you can use multiple agents in scripted language. Let me check that.
Yeah, because I remember the declarative, it's agent, any.
Sometimes in real time also you may need to execute this pipeline in different nodes, okay, to distribute your
Yeah.
load. See this one, you need to remember this one, parallel. Okay, now just forgot the previous one, forgot this one. Okay, now let me go to this one. Now I want to execute this pipeline in two nodes. Okay, see here you can tell me if I execute this one, will I get error or not? Just you can tell me after seeing this code. Just tell me, and I'll explain you why we are getting error or not. I'll explain you that. Will I get error if
Yeah, because of the indentation between maybe between stage because you see there is node and then stage. I don't know. I would say I don't know. Maybe indentation.
No. Actually, the syntax is right. There's no wrong in that. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, syntax is fine, but you tell me, will I get error or not? You can tell me.
Oh no, we didn't specify any.
Node is
Oh, it says
specified.
agent 1, agent 2. Yeah, I don't.
See here what
check out stage, check out.
See,
So what about the checkout stage, like the checkout stage? There's no information about this.
See, in this here, if you observe here, this one, see, let me copy this one so that you can understand better. I'm copying both the codes. See, if you see this curly bracket, okay, here we have closed here, right? The stage is completed, code is checked out, but in which node it is checked out, the code?
It says, you mean after parallel, it says agent one.
Is it, for example, I have two agents in my master slave architecture. Will it take slave one or slave two? If I didn't mention here anything, right? But in which node it will check out?
Inside, inside parallel, it does mention agent one and then after agent two.
Inside?
See inside parallel,
Okay. But that inside
there is
parallel
agent
is,
one and then agent two.
see, this inside parallel is out of the stage.
Okay.
The stage is here closed, right? This is out of the
Okay,
stage.
okay.
Now tell me. And here you can see, here you have opened, you just started again with the node. See this one and see this one. Here the pipeline starts with the node, and here also in between you are using node,
Okay.
and here also you are using node. And if you see in the previous code, here I have given two nodes here only. Did you find any difference?
Yes, because here we have to repeat no, yeah.
So see, this is right.
No,
This
basically
is
is yeah, I understand. Basically they repeat themselves. So you can have just one block and then inside of node you just print the node agent one, agent two.
okay. My question is that,
So then all the blocks will be applied to both of them.
okay. So my question is that, if you see the parallel here, what I'm doing, I'm building. Here, if you see this one, what I'm doing here, building. See, this building will be done on agent one. This building will be done on agent two. So if the build process has to be when it has to be complete successful, when the agent will have, if the agent have any source code in that, then only the building will start and it will be successful. But here the checkout will be happen in which node? Will it be check out to both the nodes, or will it be check out to the only one node? Just
No, to
clarify.
both of them.
Both? Why? Why both? That's my question. Just think
Oh, I don't know.
it. Just think
Really,
it
I
once
don't
again.
know.
You have answer in front of you. So see, a master slave configuration, it's based on how it will like.
Oh, look at the build
Mhm.
uh
See, let me show you that. See here, description, it will give a description. Parallel directive creates two stages, each of which runs on a different agent. The node directive specifies the agent to use for each stage. First stage is executed agent 1, runs make build command. The second stage is executed agent 2 and runs make build command. Both stages run concurrently. This allows for better utilization of build resource. Note that agents must be configured online in order to example to work correctly. See here, what you have to do before this execution of this build, you should give here. Here you have to give unstash, okay, unstash. Here you have to give stash, okay. Here also you have to give unstash. So what is the meaning of stash and unstash? See, Here, I think in Git you have came across the stashing.
Oh yeah, yes. Like, let's say I don't remember. So you save temporarily
Yeah.
something. It's like you're working on a branch or whatever, and then you stop, you stash it, and then you go and
Yes. So here, when the developer wants to move from one branch to the another branch, and instead of saving his working directory, or instead of committing that code, he will take the backup of that working directory to avoid the dangling images, to avoid the dangling files. So he will do the stashing. So what it will do, it will create a backup list. Okay. So that backup list he can use again when you use the stash pop or stash apply, right? So the similar concept here. See what happened here. The stash command will take the backup of the source code. That means it will take the all the code. It will take all the code, and that code will be unstashed in the agent one, unstashed in the agent two. That means this code, whether the code will be check out into agent one or agent two, that doesn't matter. Okay. Okay, but we are here stashing that code, and I'm unstashing that code in agent one and also agent two. So here I will get the code in both the agents, and that code will be built by using this built operation. Okay, so now I won't get any error.
So was it? No, so you check out, okay?
Hmm?
Uh, you check out, but you still don't mention where you're going to do this checkout.
Yeah, okay. See, this is just I'm explaining the structure. Okay, so I'll give you the statements. I'll give you the scripts also. But instead of checkout SCM, just you have to give like that. You will write some statements here. Okay, I'll come to that statements also. But before that, I'm trying to explain the structure how it will be like. Okay, see, like
So was it a stash? I don't understand. It will save. What will it
yeah,
save?
it will save the source code. Like you will get a source code, right? So that
Okay,
source
okay.
code will
Oh,
yeah.
and then it will the build from the source code. Okay.
Yeah, stashing means like it will create a backup. Okay, that backup will be there globally. Okay, that can be
Okay.
unstashed. That can be unstashed in the agent one and also agent two. Okay, because I'm trying to avoid the error. Because if you don't have any code in this agent one, how you can build that? You cannot build that,
Yes,
right?
yes, yes.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
but you may get some doubt, but here, so see here we're getting the checkout, right? So we are getting source code, then why can't it run like that? You will get a doubt,
Okay,
but
it's like an alias. You save into this stash variable this git URL, and then you just copy paste it and then paste it using this unstash.
yeah, yeah, similarly that. Okay,
Okay,
similar
fine. Yeah.
concept. So this is like this is just a structure. Don't worry, I'll give you the scripting part also. Okay, here you will give, we will write the statements. Okay, so this is like a structure in scripting language, and also here we see here like this also you can do slave one and slave two. Okay, what it will do, complete stages, all the stages will be executed in both the slaves if you give like this. Okay, but it's better to use declarative instead of scripted one. So this is declarative one. See, I'll give you the code here. Today I'll give you the structure. Okay, don't worry, I'll explain one by one everything. But because uh, you should know everything, because once you are working in any real time process, you should know the step stages, every stage you should know. So
Mhm.
I'll explain that, so
Yes.
you don't worry. Okay, see, previously I told you that, see, these are like parameters. Okay, string parameter, boolean, choice, password, file, run. See here, I have
Mhm.
written it like this, right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. These
Yes.
how where we can use these parameters? Do you know where these parameters will be used?
No, but I just want to understand something. I believe it's beforehand, but are we still talking about scripted or declarative now?
Okay. Okay. Fine. Do you have experience on like cloud formation?
Yeah, but I'm just asking. Yeah, I'm just asking you. Are you still talking about declarative or like scripted, or you moved
Yeah,
to
I'm
declarative? Because
talking
now I can
about
see.
the declarative one, but even though it is scripted and declarative both in the both scripted language we can use parameters. Don't worry, okay? In both the language we can use both the scripted pipeline we can use this. Okay. So, but my focus is on the declarative one. Just I don't want to explain the scripted one. Okay. Declarative one is more important than scripted one. Okay,
Okay.
because in every organization they will follow declarative one mostly. So
Okay.
mostly I'll explain declarative one. Don't worry.
Yeah.
And
Fine. Yeah.
tell me what is parameters and how we can use these parameters. And if you have knowledge on cloud formation, then you may know that while you're creating a stack.
The variables. I don't know. Okay.
So see, while you're creating a stack, directly if you instead of executing that file stack directly, you will give some input variables before executing that stack in cloud formation. There you will select some input values, like for example, if you want to execute that stack for creating the resource in both the regions, like if you want to execute that in the AP South one and like in any other region, then what you will do, instead of hard coding that code in that stack, you will write some variables in the stack, and you can assign that you can assign values that variables through parameters while before executing that stack. You got it?
Not
Similarly,
really. No.
similarly parameters also we can do that before executing this Jenkins file. Just we will give the input to that Jenkins file instead of hard coding the values directly in the Jenkins file. Just we will give a variables in the Jenkins file, and these parameters will give a value. It will assign values to the that variables. We will come to that point also, but you just know what the parameter is. Okay, parameter will it's like a dynamic variable. Like while executing the pipeline, this parameter will assign value to that variable dynamically.
Yeah. Okay. Fine. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, fine. So that
Mhm.
thing you can do through all these things. Like we can use string, you can use Boolean params, you can use choice. With all these things, you can assign that. Okay, and you should know the use case of all these things. That is what parameters. Similarly, you will have pre environment variables. Like you will have like in Jenkins, if you see I think I have shown you different variables in Jenkins, right? Have you I think let me it's better to show you that.
Oh, I remember that long list. Yeah. 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 I remember.
You remember that,
You
right?
showed me a long list. Yeah. Yeah. It was like yeah. Yeah.
Okay, see these are the
Yes. Yes. Yes.
environment variables. See here you can directly use this environment variable, like if for example uh, this build URL. Let me copy this one. So this is predefined one, right? So how you can use this build URL by using just dollar and just use like this, right? You can directly use this environment variable without defining that. Okay, so you will write a declarative pipeline. In that declarative pipeline you will use the environment section, In that environment section, you will not define that variable by using this name because it is already defined there in Jenkins database.
Oh, okay. So parameters is only for like customized variables.
Yeah, of course, it could be customized one. Okay, it could be customized one, but
Because the
there is,
predefined are used. Okay, okay.
yeah, here, see, there is a minute difference between parameters and the environment variables. Okay, yeah, one of that difference is like in environment variables, like they are predefined, but in parameters you can change that. See, I'll give you one example for this. For example, it is a string. How you can define this, I'll tell you that. See, you can give string as name equal to, for example, this is a dev. Okay, now what I'll give default value as, for example, I'm giving 1 2 3. For example, let me take it as 1 2 3. Now I'll give a description. This is dev. Okay, like this, I'll define the parameters. Okay, but here if you see environment variable, this is like one word. Okay, directly you can access this, but here parameter in the sense you will have a name section, you will have a default, you will
It's a
have a
key value.
description.
Okay.
Okay, so the different way you can give that. So in code, how you can use this parameter? See, it's like a similar to a programming language. Groovy is like a programming language. Okay, see, in this, for example, if you want to assign some condition, like if the particular condition is success, then only the next stage has to be executed. Okay, that is our goal. Like that condition, we have to give a condition for that. For example, if a equal to b, then it should execute a into b. This is my condition, right? Similarly,
Yeah.
we can use these parameters to write a condition in the Jenkins file. Got my point?
Okay.
But here,
Okay.
if you use this environment, you cannot like, even you can give a condition, but here this one is a more precise one. You can give a condition. Okay, here you can use this variable directly, and also you will have a user defined one. Similarly, see, I have a build URL, but this build URL is already predefined. But even though it is predefined, here you can also assign some, for example, I'm going to assign a value. Now see what will happen. I have predefined one, and also I have user defined one, but this name should be name is same. Okay, here the build URL, here also build URL. I'm using both the ones in my script or my file. Then which one will have a higher priority? That's the important one, because I have written both the ones my pipeline. So when for example, I want to call this build URL somewhere else in the Jenkins file by writing some, I have written some when condition. In that when condition, I have used this build URL. Okay, so now I'm going to call this build URL, then which value I'll get, whether I'll get a predefined URL value I'll get, or I'll get this user defined value. So which one will have highest priority? That's the important thing. So basically, you will have highest priority for user defined one. Okay, so after that you will have predefined. So that is the one of the important points in our environment section. Okay, and like okay, tools,
So the defined one will have a higher priority.
yes, defined one will have
Okay,
higher
fine.
priority. Okay,
Okay, fine. Thanks. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, tools, you
Thank
know
you.
that, you know how to use that, but we will see that in some any use case. Serious,
Okay, fine.
yeah. Now I'll explain the post case. Don't worry, I'll write the complete pipeline. You don't worry. Just I'm explaining. I'm trying to explain everything. Okay, one by one. After that, I'll give you a complete overview. So in post case, what you will do, you will have different attributes like always, and you will have success and failure, abort, and some other attributes will be there. But majorly we will use these 4 options. Okay. See, if you use this post section, generally what will happen? This post section can be used globally, and also this post section can be used stage level. Okay, I think you know what is globally, right?
So global function can be accessed
Everywhere. Yeah, exactly. So this post section can be used globally and stage level. Now, what I'm doing, I'm not using this from stage level. I'm directly using from global level. Now, I have written a Jenkins file. Okay. See, for example, let me take this one. This is a scripted one, but don't worry. Just take it as a declarative pipeline. Take it as a declarative pipeline, even though it is a scripted one. See here, let me write a post section here. Post. Here I'll write that. Here I'll give always option will be there. Success. This attribute will be there. Like we will have different attributes. But if you see this always, here this is my Jenkins file. This is my CICD pipeline code. If this code is failed, if this code is not executed, or this code is executed successfully, both the cases, whether it is executed or it is failed or it's successful, or it doesn't matter, this post section will always execute if you give always attribute. Okay, this if you give always attribute, it will execute even regardless of this code. But if you give the success, if the pipeline executes successfully, then only this success attribute will execute. And also if you give the failure one, if the pipeline is failed, then only the failure one will execute. Okay. I'll tell you
so what is it after?
Yeah, I'll tell you the use case also. Okay. So if this pipeline is failed one. Okay.
Yeah.
So pipeline is failed means build will not be successful, right? So then what you have to do, you should be notified. Then you will do what you will do, just you will write a failure attribute here. Okay. Here you will write a failure attribute. Under this failure attribute, you will write some Slack notification option. Okay. Do you know what is Slack notification option? In this failure one, you can give email ID address. Okay. So then it will directly send the notification, mail notification to the, whether you want to get a you want to notify a developer or anyone, you can give that recipient mail address in the failure. Okay. If the pipeline fails, like that, this post option will be executed after the execution of the complete pipeline. Okay. You cannot say this post section is not in Jenkins pipeline. Truly speaking, this is not under the Jenkins pipeline post section. Okay. Up to this one only, the pipeline. Okay, this last curly bracket, this one.
Okay, I understand. Yes.
You understand, right?
Yes.
Okay, so this is the post option.
So the Jenkins file, basically, we can write it either using scripted or declarative pipeline.
You can write in both the way, but try to use declarative one.
Declarative, yeah.
Okay.
So what's the difference between scripted and Groovy?
Scripted, yeah, no, actually, no. Scripted and groovy is you cannot differentiate both the thing. Groovy is a language that you can be used in scripted way.
Okay, okay.
See, I think you are confusing. See, we have a scripted one. You have a declarative one.
The
In
scripted, that's groovy.
yeah, in scripted one you will use groovy.
Yeah,
In
and declarative.
declarative one also you will use groovy. Okay, groovy is a
Okay.
language. Scripted is a method.
Okay, now I understand. Yeah, 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 it makes sense. Thank you so much.
Okay. Now, what happens? See, this scripted is the old one. So, like there are very strict groovy language we have to use. So that is somewhat difficult because if you are very much familiar with groovy language, then only you can write the scripted one. Okay, but in case of declarative
Okay.
one, you will not use groovy that much. Okay. See, I'll show you one more thing. I think you have used that one. Um, I think we have 3 more minutes, so I think I'll try to stop this session after these 3 minutes. We will start the session tomorrow. Okay, because
Okay.
yeah.
No problem.
Okay, okay. See,
Yeah. Just one more thing I wanted to ask you. So do you know like, how long it will take now for,
scripted
because
one.
after script, like once we had completely done with this scripted pipelines, then we discussed about one project at least to
Yeah,
integrate with other tools,
actually, no,
and
actually
then what else?
there is no ending for Jenkins, strictly
Yeah,
speaking.
no, I understand, but I mean the pipelines are
Yeah,
very much
actually,
important. So
I'll try to explain as much as I can because
yeah.
uh, actually there are something like you can learn up to like integrating the Jenkins with the Docker, the Ansible. That is more than sufficient. And if you want to learn more, like if you want to integrate Kubernetes also, that is like somewhat
No. I think just Ansible and Docker, that's fine.
yeah, yeah.
I
Docker
think
and
just
Ansible
Ansible and
is
Docker, that's fine.
yeah, but
Yeah.
those things will be like it will take around for Docker one session and for Ansible one more session, and also multi-branch pipeline for one session, and this script, this Jenkins file for 2 sessions. Like it will take some like around 6 to 7 sessions. It will take.
Okay, no problem, fine.
Okay, because like not only that is sufficient, but if you want to learn, you can learn. Okay.
Okay. No, at least I think that would be great. Yeah, just at least we complete
Yeah.
those pipelines.
Actually, no one will explain this integration process like Docker and Ansible, but I'm trying to explain that because it will help you more. Okay.
No, I think it's really important. Yeah. The integration with Docker and Ansible, I think is really important.
Yeah. It's okay. No problem.
Also, yeah, just one more thing. Do you ever use code commit and code deploy on AWS?
Code commit, right?
Yeah, on AWS.
Yeah, that is in AWS.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually,
Do you use that service or?
service now.
Yeah, because basically you see like on AWS console and the code commit, there's different there's like everything. It's basically it's a new kind of like it's like a new web UI, and then you've got code commit, code deploy, everything is integrated.
See, actually, I haven't used that code commit. Instead of
Yeah, no.
code commit,
Because anyway, a code commit is just Git, but like as a service for AWS.
yes,
It's a
similar.
private Git,
Yes,
simple.
exactly. I know that the how no how to use code commit. I know that, but I haven't used that because I'm much
Yeah.
familiar with the DevOps tools. Okay, and even
Okay.
instead of Jenkins, you can use this code deploy and code build. That thing you can use. Okay. Uh,
Okay. Yeah.
yeah, so no problem. DevOps is more than sufficient if you are much grip on this.
Yeah.